Imperial.
Yeah, Fallen leading the charge in. Zorti's about to face him. His back's going to be turned as well. Perfect flick to the USP. Drops that bomb. But Fallen falls away from it. Doesn't continue to aggress forward. And now Zorti can start swinging in. Sees the smoke coming in from Bolts as further strike back onto Kenzie, remove him out along. It's all left of his short presence here for forZe. They might get access to the site, especially as Bolts has fallen here.
Yeah, retake set up. Great tap coming through from Fur as he just tries to back off, get more passive down to the long position. Shafi's going to have to step up to fight towards CT.
A great smoke onto the headshot angle, might provide a bit of harder cover. As Norway goes for the swing, gets picked up. It's all Shalfie in a 1 versus 4. Suppressed outside of the site, pushed up in that short control. Fallen gets the kill for it, and Imperial take the pistol.
Oh, what a start coming through from Fur. 3 very important kills as he starts to retreat and get a little bit more defensive towards that long.
It's a rifle to play with a chance now as actually they leave mid completely open. Bolts is going to hear these footsteps and now Fur starts swinging, but they're all so close here to line up. 3K is what he's going to need, but he only gets the 1 kill for it. Damage done to Zorti in Norway, but now 2 rifles to play with.
Oh, and you can even see forZe getting aggressive. They're going to try the boost up towards a window position, I think, Jay.
Oh, this could get real interesting, but they dismantle it. They decide against it. Leave Norway up at window as Fallen makes his way in. Incendiary get thrown towards the backside, but they're so close towards him. Zorti watching the B doors. Fur prodding forward behind big box, and now Fallen's been seen as Fur falls. Fallen in the 1v3 clutch gets that first kill. Speaking of aggression, the CTs are pushed forward in aggressive placings out towards that tunnel's position. Fur deals with Shelfie, gets his 9th kill in the map up, looks for number 10 against the AWP and is aware of the long presence now. As they've cleared out tunnels, they know it has to be the A play.
Oh, that's an incredible kill from Fur. I thought that would have been the difference maker. Flash coming forward, getting blind off it. Jerry desperate for the trade, but the bomb gets dropped and now Zorti's the last one.
Yeah, too far back from that flashbang. It was clearing as he went for the peak. And Zorti now losing the bomb control in the 1v3 clutch. Does catch Fur, but now falls out of dodge to check out the longhouse. 50 seconds, he wants to survive and save the weapon.
Imperial reliant on Fur in a few of these rounds. Zorti, what can he really muster up with this one? He's got an incendiary, needs to try and break the setup apart, but getting over towards bomb, that's going to be the difficult factor, especially with Imperial being so passive.
Just jump facing. Trying to look for the angles, but you're right, Imperial will not give up the ghost. The AWP set towards the crosser. Zorti's got a quick scope in against the Fallen if he wants to burst into the side. The nade coming in will get no casualty. Will do damage to Jerry. A 4-on-4 though is a bit more winnable than the 4-on-5. So Imperial might initially prod at this. How the outcome of the next frag might end up deciding how this retake will go, if it will even go in from Imperial. Kenzie hunting around the edge of that smoke, gets caught by FNX, and now Imperial will send.
Yeah, of course they will. Get those nades in towards the site. They don't know about the long player. The majority coming in from short.
Scenario back to our flashes in. Jerry wins the fight. Norway's responded to though as FNX gets Jerry and Shelfie. Now to stall for time. They're going in real quick. FNX will get caught on a spray down. Smoke on the bomb. Not look to pod. Flash forward, there goes the kill. 1 to trade back for forZe.
And they don't quite commit with it though. Still working the 3v4, try and set themselves up. This is buying more time for that rotation. You can see that AWP posted out towards a car position. This could be very good between Fallen and Fur.
We have a lot less time to work with this time. I know one player diving down to the CT was spotted. They can't adjust towards him though. The AWP of Fallen's got to win that shot, but he doesn't do so. Now Fur going to get attacked from both sides, but he deals with Shelfie as Bolts comes in with support. The AWP shot from the nade.
Dust too, and even for the Imperial side, while it's not a map that they pick in best of 3s, they've got a decent track record on it. 6 wins and 3 losses, their last one being finest in that event that we saw in the best of 1.
Well, swings forward initially, Fur. At the initial short control, it's Bolt spraying through towards the tunnels though, getting that first and second pick, blind behind the smokes, continuing to tap forward to the Deagle, doing so much towards Shelfie, needs that support to come forward from Vinny and FNX, and they will clean house. The fast rush to B has not worked for forZe at all.
All right, try and get a post plant with a man down and a 10 HP Kenzie. Surely this retake is on for another successful one.
Yeah, Zorti, Nori and Shelfie have got to put a stop to that. Kenzie's hiding back over towards Goose. Will not give up his frag so easy. The AWP peek in from Zorti, catches further before the smoke bloom. Shelfie out in the open, sees Vinny, sprays through, trying to transfer back, landed a blind shot on Fur, has fallen, strikes with the AWP and Bolts chimes in the same. Now Zorti has got to be the heavy lifter, needs to get at least an AWP kill. They're leaning in together, out towards CT, frag found, FNX's back turn, but Zorti lands a double and triple. Knife out against Jerry indicates he won't push forward at the moment, but you can see how close he really is to this AK. Kenzie shot back on FNX. Vinny and Zorti go trading and falling up against Jerry. Dives down into CT. Perfect chance to strike back with a trade. His back's turned and he's dead.
Oh, what a timing that was. As soon as he hears that drop down, Jerry just knows, yep, I'm up against the AWPer. I know I can win this fight. I'm going to drop down. Even if he spins around, I've probably got the advantage. And for boltz, there's nothing that he can do. They even escape that AWP back up towards the A side, Jay, just in case boltz try to go back down towards spawn to recover it.
Get it out of there. Make sure boltz has no chance in this one. He's not even going to try for the retake. He'll just save the M4. Good recognition. Not for much longer, though. He's setting up utility to try and set something up in the mid position. boltz can still have a chance, but Jerry just swings on FNX. And now all the T-side players start charging in. One man out towards long will not contest the site itself. One player in the long house in Norway might catch the trade later on. The bomb will go down. It'll be a 3v5 on the retake.
They need a hero play. They need someone to step up. And even for boltz, aggressing through the short smoke is going to be the starter of the retake.
The M4 seems to be the most likely player to go for the hero style. But low HP off the back of that engagement. The Orbiter shuts him down instantly. The 5-7 of Vinny finds the frag back. And 2 low HP players on the T side means it's not impossible. Vinny's got to get shut down right here by Shalfie. Orb scoped in, still looking for a way out. Vinny shoulder baiting. Fallen lands a quick shot, and a spray through from Shalfie deals with a rifle player. Fallen running out of time and running out of chances. forZe will recover the T side. Imperial looked fantastic at the start, but it's dead set. Kenzie thinks it might be close, dives off the boxes. First dead. 4-on-3, forZe with the advantage. Scout has been seen by Fallen, but he lands Shalfie's headshot himself. But time is ticking away here for the boys over on the T side. Engagement for Norway, sees where boltz is, trying to see if he can land that frag towards the man, knows that he's there towards short. Another man here on the CT side to try to deal with him, but Zorti also drops. Now Vinny starts leaning in. The R8 fires away. 2 HP for Kenzie, firing back with the pistols. 18 seconds. He needs to get this kill desperately, and Fallen lands it instead. Norway, M4 out of elevator. I don't think he's known. Swings out to Fallen, gets tagged. Bomb plant will be secured, and Imperial steal the second round back.
Oh, what a force buy.
Forces, and again time is extremely low for them. M4 burst, AK comes in, sprays down 2, but Zorti returns fire to a 2-on-2. Now the backstab comes in, and fer only just recognizes it. Should get the bomb plant from here.
Get that bomb down. Jerry's in such a long-range position. Instead of fighting by himself, he wants to wait for the rotate, wants to wait for his teammate to get there.
Now both engaged towards long, and they've got the good read that Zorti might have rotated along with him. Continuous prod, and Jerry will finally fall. A scout shot connects damage. The kill found against the player in the back, but fer tagged up as he might. Orp is watching for him. Don't overextend, my friend. Fallen's watching you. He's going to get picked up by boltz instead. Blind sprays. Back from the AK. Seeing a player over at elbow. Hoping to catch him with a decent expected shot. Guesstimation on his own part, but no, he charges forward with 2 to find, gets tagged up, still looks for boltz. Norway waiting for his chance to strike here. As the smoke fades, he will get picked up instead.
Both players try to lean in from city spawn and from short. I think you've got to save it, Jay. I think you've got to throw in the towel. They can't keep going for this.
Oh, Shalfie had no choice. He was that far committed, and Jerry tried to escape, but it was a 5-7 for Norway here.
If they can get a saved-in weapon, that could actually be quite juicy. They've seen Kenzie quite aggressive, and FNX is going to be the first one to fall. They don't know about Vinny, though.
Oh, there comes all the kills for the Deagle as Vinny and fer are cleaned up effective. boltz also tagged, can't land the headshots. And there it is, a pause comes in for forZe, and then they turn it all towards their favor. boltz and Fallen making a ton of noise, and Norway knows Fallen is especially low. He's going to be an easy pick. boltz's headshot landed. Fallen, last man standing, and even he
dive one down. This could still be a B play with a short fake.
Shalfie out in the open, doesn't see boltz or further in the midst of the smokes. Vinny's the first casualty. Zorti with that frag. The smoke will clear, and boltz catches a frag, now leaving to 1 man on that B site, and FNX knows what to do. 20 seconds, time's running short though, and he falls. The AWP now got to grab that bomb. They're going to make a move. boltz with 1 decent trade. It's all going to rest on the player on that B site. Norway to do it all. The AWP fires late. Norway gets that frag. 6 seconds. Fallen stalled. They line up for the spray, and he holds together his 2K, but Norway
Get this pick on the AK on the doors.
Yeah, seen by Norway, checks out, headshot, not game, but the kill is. They've made progress up long though, so maybe this flank might probably be enough as Fallen falls to Shalfie. Now fer's got to rethink his angle, and indeed, he will rotate back.
Oh, even Jerry just peering through that CT position. And now for fer, yeah, you can relocate out towards B, but you've lost your teammate. Now it's so much more difficult.
And every round forZe game has been brought. Every round that forZe get at this map has just been brought down to the very wire. 3k up for the winner of the next frag on Fur. 20 HP to dish out the damage. Jerry extending past Xbox. Spotty with his back turn, and Fur does not pull the trigger. He waits. But Jerry turns around, and now he's lost. Instead, it's on Shalfie. Knife pulled out for Fur, thinking he might be safe. He thinks wrong. Shalfie logs out the round, and forZe. Second player dropped down to CT. Now they're aware of it. AWP has always got a strike against two. Gets Vinny, and two trades come back for Ball and Bolt. They're unaware of the second player. So the kills are returned, and now Short is taken entirely. Kenzie tagged. Norway on the way in. Bomb will go down. The retake is on towards the headshot. FNX is watching the long control. Kenzie with 1 and 2, but not quite 3. He set up Norway for the clutch now and leans in, bursts up. Fur keeps his head tucked away for it. Norway jump faces, sees his man, but the concern might be falling out towards that long control. Fur constantly being spotted. Norway, how's he going to force out this fight? Go for the jumping face, but that will cost him his life. Watching from CT, slow prods. The AK wins the headshot. Maybe HP does matter, but not for Fur. 2 on 2. Smokes come down, Fallen can cross safely.
Oh my goodness, what a pick. And now for forZe, they're so out of position. Jerry can try his best to walk through the CT smoke. He has to catch a timing.
Jump face against Fallen, he can turn the bomb plant. No, he can't. No, he can't. Just a little bit off it. Spray through, damage done. Fur's low, Fallen similar scene. Spray, Jerry gets the double and holds together the round. He couldn't go in for the BXE. Shalfie Zorb to be here. The flashes keep Norway blind. Shalfie strikes against the first player, but his backup's Fallen. Again, the pistols will do all they can. Shalfie and Zorti on the back site will get another kill. The plant will be secured, and now the backstab's got to come in for the retake.
Oh, Kenzie struggled, and now the smoke goes down. They just want to try and stall for time.
Oh, Kenzie gets caught off, but Jerry and Zorti quickly enter the site and make sure there's no further worries for forZe. And now FNX will grab that bomb, will rotate, because Fur is in CT spawn.
Yeah, what about the mid player, though? First strikes and finds a couple of kills. Kenzie now the last one.
And FNX has escaped the tunnels as well. They're going to continue towards that B site as he falls away towards the A player. Oh no. All misdirection for Imperial. FNX to be protected. Fur. This backstab could equalize again.
And forZe need another 1v2 to come through to get them up to 15. And it's Fur and FNX once again.
Kenzie looking towards the B site. The smoke goes down, so now he knows. One flash. It's a bit of a shallow smoke, though. He's got a line back in. Swinging out. Slowly. Carefully. Considerately waiting for his shot to strike against FNX. But 20 seconds to the clock. If they deny the bomb carry, that could be everything. Utility thrown down to the back of ramp and the site itself, and Jerry just waits. Zorti swings out. Vinny's on 1 point of health with bolts being so low. The kills are still coming through though. 7 seconds. Jerry makes his move in. Shalfie sprays back to a 2-on-2, and Jerry's so close. The T's have no idea. A back of FNX's turn, and Vinny 1 point of HP, still not getting 10 frags. Swings out, desperate for the kills, desperate for the clutch, but forZe as a unit grouped together, and they get the killing blow to take us to overtime on Dust 2. It's all on Jerry now, towards the defensive, sees Fallen and gets that kill. Fur close up, flashbang, keeps them both blind, and Jerry can't win the fight, but still Kenzie swung up close and needs to win the next trade, but no. Fur with a 2K gets the site control.
Oh, there it is again. Fur stepping up, and now even on the post plant for Nori, trying to reposition out to Elevator. It's going to take Zorti so long to come out to the long position.
37 HP on Fur. 37 kills for him in this map up, and the AWP of Zorti strikes back 2-on-2, leans in. Fur has no idea how close Norway can be. He swings for the second player at elbow. And wait for as long as possible. Fallen swings, burst fire, spray through, gets only 1 kill, and the bomb can cross safely. No CTs to deny it. forZe had the perfect setup. Shalfie will at least get 1 trade, but he needs so much more with Norway's support.
Oh, and it comes down to the retake again. Vinny out in the open, they know where he is. Back to a 2v2.
But Norway's been down to 6 HP, so low. Switch out to the AK for Shalfie. He's going to need it now for this retake. Both players watching the ramp control. Flash evaded. Shalfie looking to swing. FNX looking to advance. Boost up potentially here. They're looking for it, but Shalfie's dropped, and Norway's got no chance now. Dealt with by Bolt. This flash ahead. Tagged up. Fallen's low. And so is Bolt. Shalfie to close out the backstab, but FNX gets 2 kills. It's a 2v2.
Okay, this is starting to open it up, and Fallen needs to find this shot. This is so vital for him in spawn.
Oh, he hits it on Shalfie's jump face as well. It's Jerry alone, and both players are tagged so low.
Oh, Jerry's got to try and reposition, try and force these fights out to the open, and they might play together on this one. Fallen's going up towards short.
Yeah, FNX is waiting. Fallen's lurking. Creeping closer, the AK. No idea where that AWP is, and he misses his own shot. And needs to wait for backup. Re-smokes on for the T side. They'll charge their way forward, and Vinny goes forward himself. Shalfie gets the trade back to a 5-on-3, and he continues extending. Gets the kill against Fur. Norway gets punished for his aggression, but they've gained B. This round's over.
Yeah, no chance that this is going to come back in. Very good B take in from forZe. And for Imperial, I guess they might as well try and have a go with it. They've got a lot of money.
Here's overtime. Footsteps heard. Adjustment. Corner check from FNX, but Shalfie has the more accurate shot. And Fallen doesn't see Kenzie, so for it, Zorti's AWP's a bit closer. FNX tries to prod at the site. Look for any way in possible. Smoke's being sent down to that short position, so Bolt's be able to get back. FNX caught in the jump phase. Bolt's in a 1v3. Spray doing damage, gets a kill on Shalfie, but Norway's just got to wait for him to get to that bomb. And even Zorti peeks with the AWP, gets the connection, and we continue to play on in overtime. Doing damage towards one player and a bit more to the second, but Fallen's AWP shot's now missing, and it's a 4-on-2 for forZe.
Very clever to peek before that smoke blooms. They wanted to create that fight before getting the safety and coverage to get the bomb down on A. FNX and Bolt in for the retake. This is such a tough one.
There's Jerry with a spray on Bolts. FNX last left. With surely no chance of making anything happen here. They might dive down to hunt for the rifle, or back off towards long and keep all their own guns here on the T side. Either way, it's a lead gained.
Just adding more to the tally. 3 in a row now from forZe. From the CT side over to the T side. And now find themselves in a position where they can get more. They can start building closer towards a map victory for themselves. FNX to try and hold on to that M4 into the spawn itself. Not going to happen. forZe.
All the defensive on one man.
Oh, this is going to be so tough for Bolt. He has to multi-frag, and even Jerry, he wants to cut the rotates.
Oh, this will be real fun. He might even push forward into CT. He'll go. He'll get past one of them then. They're all past him. Bolt's now got a hold. As Norway gets the trade back, FNX responds towards the man, but they've still got that CT player who's dealt with. Trades back to a 3-on-2. forZe have held their own. They'll find Fallen. It's all on Fur.
Oh, he's still alive, though. Up to the 40 bomb. Wants a little bit more. Get over towards the other M4. The peak coming towards a window position. Shalfie to overextend. He finds a triple. Such on low HP. Even the mid-walk from Shalfie's pretty successful. And from Imperial, it's going to have to be a retake setup again.
Yeah, driven away. Has been a play towards tunnels, so they do know that there's nobody out here towards the B side. Kenzie just facing completely dry and no flash or smoke support. FNX down towards CT will not be able to get it. And now short is contested. Shalfie's already there. Turns away from the flashbang, and they don't check him. He gets a kill almost that second. Zorti follows suit on FNX, it's all left to Bolts and Vinny. Both inbound from short, seeing T-side players, but Kenzie lines them up. And that is 3 on the trot for forZe. Here on this first map to repeat it all over again. They've got to get 3 in a row to hold it together. Shalfie already finds Fallen, and Vinny drops in tunnels. Instant decimation for the CT side.
Instant punishment. What a play to just siphon so much map control off, and the damage too of dropping. And don't tell me this 40 bomb from Fur is going to go completely out the window, Jay. That was the defining factor for this Dust 2 win.
Yeah, it'll be such a waste for him to do as well as he has and not leave Imperial with the victory. Headshot connects for Zorti though, so we can only go so far as 40. Bolts and FNX fighting desperately to get something together, and Jerry's looking to take it all away from them. Falling back towards T-spawn. He might see Volts. He might catch FNX. Either way, that backstab should close this all down. Surely it's just a matter of timing. Facing in alongside Norway. Bolts dead. FNX 1v5.
Oh, players all around, players everywhere. At least he's got the bomb on his back, but doesn't recognize the play towards.
Let's get going.
I think we're going to expect another good performance out of Fur and of Zorti from both of the respected sides here of Imperial and forZe. Heavy stack over towards the A site. It might just be Imperial leaning towards A.
Jerry's prodding up initially. USP out against Bolts to his left-hand side. Has no idea as of right now. Flash is sent over. He does strike first. Swing back onto the side. Gets a double and a triple. The USP doing so much. He's going in for more. He might even get the ace. No. Vinny shuts him down. But Kenzie gets Incendiary sent up. Suppression out to the short position, but also smokes out towards that mid control, and the sniper's nest get the CTs driven away. Imperial, however, tanking nades and thinking of backing away, going back towards underpass. Norway's ready to receive.
Yeah, these are two very good angles to deal with the B split. This is going to be difficult to pre-aim onto Zorti.
Oh, Vinny does so anyway. It's a dink off for it, but Zorti still doubles up and makes it a triple with Norway striking on FNX, and that is a decimating round from the CT. Oh, Kenzie leaning in, didn't see Fur. He's right up on that boost. He looks out now, he might even catch the Achilles heel, get that frag back. Fallen to extend, and indeed he does extend to get the frag back. So Kenzie finds his man to the 5-on-3 eventually. Smoke back, Fallen, seen as well, and the headshot gets connected.
Oh, what? Now the bomb being dropped towards top mid. This just looks so positive, Jay. And who would have seen that coming into the second map, into Imperial's map pick, it's night and day. It's forZe on top.
I feel like we need to get a soundbite of you in the pre-map saying this is not going to be a blowout, because something tells me...
It isn't.
I mean, it's so far looking so confident for forZe, and of course we're nowhere near the end. Kenzie watching. Swinging out to try to catch the player off, but Imperial not ready to make that move.
Look at the TV room, mate. Look at that.
Yeah, force aggression from forZe. Wrapping around as Imperial will look to go in pretty dry towards the site. They've got 1 HG of utility to the execution. Zorti shuts down the first. Kenzie sees the AK. It's dealt with. And everyone else falls apart. So the backstab not even required for falls, but now Imperial down. Looking to work into the A site. Kenzie's on low HP, so that's a pretty easy trade that would regain control. Jerry set over at jungle, sees Bolts jump facing. The Molotov sent his direction, and now it's Norway to task here at Ticket Booth.
Oh, doesn't decide to spam away just quickly. Imperial trying to take the map control up to jungle on top of Con.
Alfie leaning in. As Jerry catches the kill on Bolts. Fallen has escaped meanwhile out towards ramp, watching the backstab. Vinny so close. FNX is caught off. Vinny might turn his attention away. Kenzie, perfect time to strike. And again, Imperial, already torn down by Kenzie. Straight into the mid control. Bolts and Fallen dead to rights. FNX caught to 64, and Kenzie's looking for more. Flashing keeps Vinny completely blinded. Kenzie with a triple in this round.
I don't even know what's going on. There's so much confidence here from forZe, and they have just...
Ramp control, 22 seconds, and Zorti lands against the first man of Vinny. Player at sandwich, Kenzie trying to back him up. Jerry does get overwhelmed, and Bolts puts a nice nade on towards that connector control, but the AWP still fighting and finds Fallen. They will force them back. Now Kenzie spray transfer to the second player. AKM Norway swings up, and Bolts punishes 2v2. Zorti could deny with a wall bang, but Bolts gets the kill. It's Shalfie now, left alone, flashed off, blinded, but does escape with his life.
Getting too hungry there from forZe. Really didn't need to keep overextending to try and hunt down onto the bomb itself. Put a smoke down, try and see if it can isolate.
Flashbang in against FNX. Bolts out towards the Tetris angle. Swing up and gets the headshot. Imperial. 4 in a row to do so. forZe. Rebuy as you would expect. Bolts straight out the gate, accounted for by Jerry. Flashbang keeps him blind against the second kill, but that same does not apply towards Kenzie. The smoke blooms too late, and it's a 5v3 for forZe.
A perfect shutdown. Great protocols there from forZe to really put the intent on it. Even Fallen's trying to get aggressive towards CT. Does land the no-scope. That's his first.
And the nade comes back immediately for Norway, though. Swing out against Vinny. He's a dead man, caught, exposed towards the bomb's position, and Norway will close out against FNX. Imperial couldn't follow up. Everything in that round committed to the A site. At least they get the bomb. Where the Bolts is even checking the backstab itself.
This is promising. This is really promising. This crossfire is rock solid, Jay.
And no one's checking ramp. No utility to go in. Molotov will finally force the player back. The shot brings in, and now Norway can strike against forZe. Unawares the bolts. Now the Orb Zorti, 5 seconds. They're going to go change for the kill. They aren't going to get a bomb down. They aren't going to get a bomb down in time. Oh no, Imperial. Okay. They just had it. They just had it within an inch of the second. And Zorti's now forced to save.
Oh, Zorti knows. He thought in that position, yeah, I'm going to play time. They don't have enough to get the bomb down.
And look at how quickly they're going to force forward. Shalfie looking for FNX first and foremost. Mac 10 versus M4. The aim punch will be able to keep him in the sight and keep him inside the apartments to get a kill found. And now Norway gets overwhelmed by bolts. 5 on 3.
Oh, what a rush tactic, just denying the anchors any success and even the util. This is going to slow down the retake towards market to a T.
CT is in, outlined up by FNX. Finally, some good rounds, a good round for Imperial here. Jerry left alone on the 1v5 clutch that surely he should lose and give up a 4th round to the Imperial side. But the confidence is brimming from this forZe account, might even lead to that second half pretty confidently itself. Jerry still fighting to whatever he can, getting that first kill, but not that second. 11-4 for forZe. Vinny here. Important to try and decimate. Noise going to swing upon him. It should be an easy kill. No! How's he done that?
He's on 22 points of health. He's an absolute machine, mate. What a frag that is to come back towards a T-Sport perspective. The backstab in from Fallen needs to force it back to a 2v2.
There's no way they lose this round. They've got so much damage to 2 players. Norway's on 22, Zorti's on 9. I have absolutely no idea how Zorti, or Norway rather, run that frag. I don't think it's going to matter. As a 3-man unit, they'll look to commit to the A site. It's FNX on 100 will hold back from jungle.
Look at the position too for Shalfie. The fact that he's been able to get to under Balk. So once they draw FNX out into the open, they'll just catch him.
Smoke to top con, watching jungle directly. Norway so far forward could line up. Indeed, he gets the kill. A triple for Norway. Zorti played sacrifice for it. And attacks from Fallen, blinded the smoke though. Drops Norway and leaves it all on Shalfie, the high HP player. Going for the plant. I think that's open. He dives out of the way, goes for the swing now at CT.
Oh, time is really going to dwindle down. Fallen's been able to pick up a smoke, but trying to brute force those jewels back to an even playing field. And now they can slow it down. They've been able to get the short player into a pretty advanced angle, and they want to try and bait another aggressive pick, if at all possible.
Gotta be careful that that bomb's pretty aggressive himself. FNX swinging in. Norway has the headshot position, receives no bullets for it. Shalfie can swing. Now forZe up close at the balcony angle, sprays through, and Shalfie still gets the kill for it. And what felt like the chance from Imperial has now disappeared before their very eyes. The bomb down, bolts, absolutely no chance in this round. That kill came in for him. There would have been trade potential for the Imperial side. As it stands, they're up by a man, and forZe look to press A.
Bolts just trying to play in and around this topical position, Fallen on the back foot towards CT. Shalfie to fall, another man advantage to work with.
Okay, 5 on 3. Norway getting tagged. Bomb plant will be secure. Bolts charging forward. Norway will tank a nade damage. 42 HP. Fallen Zorb desperate to get a frag. Zorti will drop. Now Kenzie, the only unscathed player, taking shots back as Norway drops. It's all left of this AK, and once again Fallen will land a kill. Imperial finding for the frag, fighting for their lives and finding their 6th round.
I just got to keep adding them to the tally. Very
Vinny gets caught catching on 2 players. Man advantage goes back the way of the Imperial side. Fallen ready for Kenzie now. Zorti still sat towards that short position. The bomb's been dropped. And Fallen finds the frag as Kenzie reveals a little bit too much, a little bit too early. Now Zorti, 30 seconds to his name. Does see Vinny creeping around that smoke, so he gets that frag. A lot more work to be done.
Getting over towards that bomb, trying to make a play. Might even go through market to B. Time is still here on his side.
17 seconds, he's making noise. That one player on short to find isolate here. The Incendiary towards the backside, doesn't check short at all. And that leads to his demise. Smokes forward, Kenzie watching and making his way up. The Molotov sent back down. Vinny will wait. The AK keeps his eyes on the second incendiary down. He might just force forward, burn so quickly. At least Fallen lands a frag. Needs to land a double, and Vinny's doing all he can to keep it together as FX has fallen in turn. It's a 3-on-2, and he's still lurking towards the B side. Vinny's got to deal with him on 1 point of health.
There's so much distraction, and Vinny doesn't know where to look. Even Fallen's coming over towards B. Are they getting faked on this?
Oh, no way. They've won. They surely must have won. Vinny's going to get picked up, and Fallen's just checking the B side, recognizing he's made a massive mistake. The AWP in a 1-on-3, still short presence to deal with. Got to land his first flick, and it's not...